Hey, Zach.
Oh, hey. What's up? How are you?
Not much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know, just I was thinking about recording an intro for my lasagna video. So, yeah, I was about to do that. Why? What's up?
Hey, I wanted to tell you that, I think you're really cute and you're super funny and I really like you.
Oh. Oh, well, gosh, I don't know what to say. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I feel like I have to tell you that I am married.
What?
You know that, right?
When did that happen?
Oh yeah, no, I got married like, I don't know, a year and a half ago maybe? Yeah.
Who is she?
Have you never met her? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she's right over there. Look.
What? Zach, that's an oven.
She's beautiful, right? She's so cute. Oh my god.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm serious. Of course.
I'm done with you.
Where are you going? What did I do? What? I don't know. Snack time. Yo, what's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Snack Time. Today I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of a different video. It's definitely still going to be a cooking video, but actually the lasagna that I make in today's video, I actually made last weekend. It's already gone. It's already been eaten. My dishes have already been done. So this is just going to be a different kind of thing where I'm talking about the experience of making. Oh man. Also, there's a big thunderstorm going on outside, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so this is basically me talking about the experience of making the lasagna, the things that I did, the ingredients that I used. And so yeah, so the first thing that I did was I actually made the meat sauce. I think I made the meat sauce on Saturday night. Making the meat sauce was fairly simple, really easy. I took some ground beef, I seasoned it, salt, pepper, you know, spices, those kinds of things. Of course, the first thing you want to do is brown the beef, you know, put it in the pot, stir it around, make sure that it's all thoroughly cooked. I know it's going to be made into a sauce, and you will be kind of boiling it when you add in the tomato sauce, but browning the beef first is just something I like to do. Another reason I brown the beef first is because of all of the oil that is given off from the beef, all of the like fats and oils and stuff like that. I actually get rid of most of that. I think if you leave that in, it makes the lasagna as a whole almost like too heavy, like too rich. And I don't really like that. I like a heavy lasagna. I like a rich lasagna, but I don't like it to be too rich because of the fat content from the beef, from the grease and stuff like that. So I tend to dump that out. Draining the beef, pretty simple. I use a colander. I don't actually have one. I do have one. It's draining here. Sorry, I just did my dishes. Using one of these colanders, dumping the beef through this, you know, all of the fat drains out. You get all the meat left up top. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Great way to get all of the beef, none of the fat. So I do that for the beef. After browning the beef, I add in the tomato sauce. I use 2 containers. I think each one was like 500 grams. I use 2 containers of that. Mix it around, you know, put it, you can set the heat a little bit lower to medium. I think I left it at high, but if you set it to medium at this point, totally fine. I did do one thing. So it's important when you are making your tomato sauce, your meat sauce, taste it, really taste it, and check to see how much salt, pepper, spices that you've put in. You want to check that flavor constantly. As it cooks and as it reduces and breaks down, the flavor will change a bit. So you really want to double check to make sure that the flavors are good. Initially, when I tried it, the salt there was not enough salt in it. And so I ended up putting a little bit more salt into it. Actually, I added a lot more salt. I added maybe too much salt to it. So it was good, but honestly for me, I thought it was maybe a little bit too salty. So I think the next time that I make this lasagna, I will control that salt a little bit more rather than just pouring a ton of salt in there. So I put it into a container and then I put it into my fridge in order to cool off and to be used the next night, Sunday, when I was going to be making the lasagna. This thunderstorm outside is so cool. Like, after I finish filming this part, I am absolutely gonna take a look outside at the rain and stuff like that, because I really love it. So so yeah, the next thing that I made was the ricotta cheese, ricotta, ricotta. I don't know how to say it. Japanese ricotta, and in English ricotta, ricotta, ricotta. I don't know. But I made the cheese next. Making ricotta cheese at home is actually really, really, really easy. Really easy to do. Anybody can do it. I know that ricotta cheese has a nickname of being called pot cheese, which is basically, you know, because you're making it in a pot. You can make it at home just using some milk and a little bit of acid, something acidic, whether it be vinegar, white vinegar, distilled vinegar, apple cider vinegar, maybe, I don't know, or lemon juice. But using something acidic with the milk actually just makes it into ricotta cheese. So that's why it was called pot cheese. It was really easy to make in a pot. All you need to do is you pour milk into the pot. I think I put 2 liters of milk into my pot. And for me, the ratio that I use is for every 1 liter of milk. By the way, it is raining like crazy. Like, I can hear it through my front door that it's raining really hard. So I hope the microphone's not picking that up too much. But so for every 1 liter of milk, I add in 40 milliliters of my acid. So I was using vinegar, which I don't know if I do have it here. So I used this vinegar here. I used 80 milliliters of that because I used 2 liters of milk. So I used 80 milliliters of the vinegar. And what you want to do is basically you stand around and you stir a pot that is set to high temperature with milk in it for, I think it took me like 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes for it to get up to temperature. You also really want to make sure that you're using a thermometer in there, because temperature management and making sure that you get to the appropriate temperatures is actually really important. It's also raining so hard outside. It is so loud. And I really want to go take a look. All right, hold on, sorry. Oh my God. That is amazing. I'm so excited, and I'm going to take a look out of my back porch, or off my balcony in a bit, to take a look at the lightning. I think there's lightning. I hear thunder, so of course there should be lightning with that. So temperature management is really important. The way that I do it is I stir the pot, and I'm constantly checking the temperature. And when the temperature gets to, unfortunately, I do this in Celsius only. I don't have the Fahrenheit off the top of my head, but hopefully I can put a little note on screen that'll tell you the Fahrenheit temperature for this. I wait until my thermometer, now I really have a cheap thermometer that's no good, but I wait until it says 92 on my thermometer. You do not want you do not want the milk to boil. If the milk boils, that's no good. That's a problem. You're gonna have a problem with that. But you want the milk to get to a very hot temperature. So for me, I immediately take it off the heat at 92 degrees. I start stirring it really quickly. I add in the vinegar, and I add in a little bit of salt with my vinegar, kind of mix those two together, and then I pour that in. Yeah, I throw those in there. I stir it maybe 35, 40 seconds. Just stir it, make sure that it's all incorporated well. And then I leave it off the heat, and I cover it. I covered this with some aluminum foil, and I walk away. I just walk away. What did I do? I watched YouTube videos, I think. Or I ate lunch when I did that. Cover it, walk away. After, I would say, for 2 liters of milk, I waited 1 hour, and I came back. For 1 liter of milk, I think if you wait 45 minutes, should be okay. The longer that you wait, the more curd will form and bind together. If you wait less time, it'll be more watery, it'll be more loose. If you wait more time, the curds will be firmer once you drain them. So depending on how firm or how loose you want the cheese to be, that's how long you should wait. But for me, I would say an hour. If you wait an hour, it'll be perfect. It'll be really good. After an hour goes by, I drained it. Now, I made a mistake when I was draining it. I do not own cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is a special thing that people use, of course, to make cheese. It's really, 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 how can I say? It lets liquid through it very easily, and it keeps solids in very well. So cheesecloth is perfect for making cheese. I do not own any cheesecloth, so I just ended up using, again, my little colander friend here. I poured the liquid just through here. I gave this a bit of a shake, and the problem was that when I was shaking it, the ricotta that was on top was pushing the ricotta that was on the bottom through the colander, which means that some of the cheese just went through into my sink. Now, fortunately, my sink was completely clean. I always clean everything before I'm making something like that. So it was totally clean in my sink. I was able to salvage what was on top, get that back out. And I ended up with a pretty sizable amount of ricotta cheese. So yeah, that is making the ricotta. One thing that you would want to do at this point is you would want to taste the ricotta cheese a little bit. Just take a little spoonful, get it on your tongue. You want to check it for the salt content. You want to make sure that it's salty enough. If it's not salted enough, you can put a little bit more salt on it. I don't like salting it at the end. I think that makes it, like, surface level salting is not as great as having it internally. But you can do that. You don't have to. Specifically for lasagna, I would say you don't have to. You can add salt in other ways. if you are using it for another recipe. If you're making like stuffed shells or something, probably should put a little bit of salt in there. Stir it around in a bowl with a little bit of salt. If you're making a dessert, spoiler, I'm gonna be making a dessert, maybe 2 desserts with ricotta cheese in the near future. For desserts, I actually add no salt. I don't add salt to the ricotta cheese. I leave it plain. I say it's fine. That's it. So yeah, that's the ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese is done. And then you just have to assemble your lasagna. So the first thing I did with layering the lasagna was I put down a layer of meat sauce. Above the meat sauce, I added the noodles. Above the noodles, I added the cheese. Then I did meat sauce, noodles, cheese, meat sauce, noodles, cheese. That's it. And then on the very top, I wanted to add basil. I couldn't find basil at my local supermarket. They were actually sold out of basil. So I ended up going with Italian parsley, which was also good. So yeah, I added the Italian parsley on top. I threw it in my oven at 200 degrees for maybe 35 to 40 minutes. One of the things that I did was when I put it in the oven, I left it uncovered, and then I covered it with aluminum foil, probably after 15 or 20 minutes, because the top layer of herbs and cheese were starting to brown really quickly. So I was like, okay, let's add aluminum foil to the top to protect the top so it doesn't burn. We can let it, the heat will cook through the rest of it and it'll be great. And then I took it out of the oven and I put it here next to me. It's not here now, but it was here. And one of the most important things to do is to let it rest. Let that thing rest. It's hot. It will fall apart so easily. If you cut it now, it's no good. Do not cut it. Let it sit. Give it some time to cool, right? 20 minutes. I left it 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I tested it. I took my spatula. I went at it with my spatula, slowly cutting a piece out, and it stuck together. And it didn't leave a lot of meat sauce on the bottom, which was amazing. So yeah, I cut a slice. I tasted it. Of course I ate it. That was my dinner. Phenomenal. Really, really good. Some things that I would personally change from what I did, a little bit less salt content. I would put a little bit less salt in the meat sauce. I thought the meat sauce was a little salty. It also got better once it cooled off, and once it was in the lasagna, it balanced out a lot more. But yeah, maybe a little bit less salt in the tomato sauce. Other than that, pretty good lasagna. Hopefully, this is a good video, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully this was educational, informative. Maybe I hope that you try lasagna. I hope people try these recipes out. I had a few people tell me about the first episode. They were like, Zach, I tried out your white chocolate curry. I was like, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Like, hearing that people tried out a recipe that either they thought, wow, that's crazy. That white chocolate curry, that sounds crazy. What's wrong with you? But to have people actually try it just to understand like what I want to make, amazing. Like, makes me feel amazing. So thank you to those who told me that they tried it out. Thank you to those of you who are watching this right now. I appreciate it. And please, as always, leave a comment down below. Tell me what food you want me to make next. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Share with your friends if you, I don't know, enjoy this white guy living in Japan making not Japanese food. I'm just making food that I like. I don't know. But if that's appealing, if this was funny, if you liked my intro, show other people. Maybe they would like it too. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Whoosh.